lovers and, I don't know, me lovers, whatever, whoever's watching this, what's up? Welcome to another Rating All Pokemon, where I, Hilda, rate a bunch of Pokemon each week. Now, I had a lot of people being sad about my previous video, and I just want to say I'm very sorry. I'm not going to take back my ratings because that was how I felt at that particular moment, so deal with it. Today we have 4 evolutions of pre-existing Pokemon, and actually 3 of these are really fucking cool. So let's just start. We're starting out with number 466, Electivire. Now, it is not a secret that I am a big fan of the Electabuzz and Magmar lines, and I was okay with Electabuzz getting a cool new evolution. Do I truly think the design is the best it could have been? I don't think so. It looks like an electric flying saucer, but still pretty dope. I just like Elekid, Electabuzz, and Electivire, so hey. Electivire is a pretty aggressive Pokemon. It's pretty careless when it comes to attacking. It has these 2, like, rods, or, well, not rods, they're like wires that are unconnected on its back, and it uses those wires to stick them against its opponent and electrocute them, and that is badass and evil. Now, these shocks are over 200,000 volts. That is a lot of volts, and I don't think anyone could ever survive that. Just like Electabuzz, Electivire feeds off of electric currents, and I don't know, I just think it's pretty cool. Pokemon Sun says it pushes the tips of its tails against its foes and then lets loose a high voltage current. Its foes are burned to a crisp in an instant. Like I said, no one can survive this. And Pokemon are always more brutal than you think they are. Now, Electivire might be based on a gorilla. It definitely kind of looks like a gorilla, only it is able to walk on 2 legs instead of 4. Now, on its back, Electivire has a marking that really looks like a socket, a power socket, and that is also kind of cool. It may also be based on an electric motor because of its design and its ability motor drive. I don't know, guys. I think Electivire is pretty dope. Now, let's discuss the Mandarin name for Electivire, which literally means Electric Shock Magical Beast. Now, guys, I'm not making this shit up, but I could have, but I'm not. That is what it means. 5 out of 5. Next up is number 467, Magmortar. Now, I love Magmar. Boober, Magmar. I love Magmar. I think it is such a cool Pokemon, and I like Magmortar. It is one of the only Pokemon that I actually used in my playthrough out of all these weird evolutions, the other one being the next Pokemon in the line. Yeah, Magmortar is just so cool looking. It has these hands with like claws, but it's also a cannon that can fire at you, and it is insanely cool. Now, Magmortar blasts fireballs that are over 2,000 degrees Celsius in heat, which is 3,600 degrees Fahrenheit for you Americans that don't use the right fucking systems of measurement ever. Now, sadly, there isn't a lot of information on Magmortar, apart from that it's just really fucking cool. It can shoot fireballs, and while it shoots these fireballs, its arms get so hot that they melt a little, which is kind of weird, but still, Magmortar. Magmortar is most likely based on the Karura. Now, Magmar also was, but back then I didn't actually talk about that kind of stuff yet, so I'm just gonna talk about it now. The Karura is a divine beast or divine creature in Japanese Buddhist mythology. The Karura is kind of like bird-like, and it can breathe fire. It is absolutely insane. It feeds on serpents and lizards, and it is cool. And just like Magmortar a tiny little bit, it has a humanish body with a birdish head. Now, if that's not proof, then I don't know what is. Magmortar is the coolest. Its name comes from magma and mortar, which is referring to the cannon shooting thing it does. 5 out of 5. Next up is Togekiss, another Pokemon that I actually really used in my playthroughs. I like Togekiss, but I don't know what the fuck it is. It evolves from Togetic when exposed to a shiny stone, and it looks like a triangular dove, maybe? It brings peace and happiness, and it doesn't show up in areas where there's like turmoil of any kind. It only likes peace and quiet and people who love each other, which I think is great. Now, when it visits these kind areas, it comes bearing gifts and happiness and rainbows and sunshine. And that is just great. Now, Togekiss might be based on many things, maybe a dove or a fairies or something. I don't really see anything it resembles apart from a flying triangle. And I don't think it matters. Togekiss is just a very sweet and peaceful and fucking powerful Pokemon, so it doesn't really matter to me. Togekiss was a welcome addition to the Togepi family, especially since Togetic was it was alright. It wasn't great. So Togekiss really buffed up the line, and I give Togekiss a 4 out of 5. Next up is number 469, a Pokemon that I never hoped would ever exist, Yanmega. Now, Yanmega is the evolution of one of my least favorite Pokemon, Yanma, and it is absolutely horrifying. It creates shockwaves by shaking its wings. It's absolutely massive. It is the evolution of Yanma. Ugh. Now, Yanmega also can carry humans on its back, but why the fuck would you want to sit on a Yanmega? No one knows. No one would. That is gross. It's a giant dragonfly. Now, I'm gonna make it even worse by reading to you the next Pokédex entry. Pokemon Black and White 2. It prefers to battle by biting apart foes' heads instantly while flying at high speed. It bites apart foes' heads. It bites apart heads. Heads. No. Yanmega might be based on the Meganeura Monyi, which is a prehistoric massive dragonfly that I am glad is extinct. I don't think Yanmega was necessary, but I'm sure there's people who will hate me for that. I'm gonna give it a 2 out of 5 anyway, because I think it's gross. That was it for today. This episode was a little bit short because I'm currently at the end of the season, which means that I have to like cut up the Pokemon in like the good order so that I can get to the legendaries, and it's a mess, okay? Also, I want to keep the 2 evolutions that are coming up next to each other instead of cutting them up. So that's why there's 4 today. Woo! Don't hold it against me. If you like Yanmega, something is wrong with you, so I won't take complaints about that one. I won't take complaints about anything, actually. Thank you all for watching. If you liked this video, throw me a subscribe, and that is about it for today. I'll see you again next week. Goodbye. Oh my god, Bulbapedia and your ads at the moment. You are just killing me. Killing me with your ads. No! Sorry, I'm trying to get rid of this ad that's just in the middle of my screen.